Hi there, I am back. This is Azul Maksud. So today with a very much fundamental and rudimental, I think, this project well architected framework for AWS. So earlier it was 5 pillars, but I think last year one more pillar is added. So this is now six pillars. Okay. So six pillars explained with a job-oriented project also. So I will explain first six pillars, then I will show you one job-oriented project. So if you see that project, then you can memorize in your brain how the six pillars are applied. And for the AWS, for any role, for DevOps, architecture, SysOps, anything networking or security, these six pillars are well architected framework. Question will be had must. This is serious. Honestly, if you ask me these six pillars to say without watching, I can maybe say only three or four, not six pillars at a time. But I can apply. If you give me the project, I can apply. But it's not possible to memorize everything for everyone. Maybe you can do that. I wish. Why I'm saying I'm with AWS 10 years, I think. So still, I can't memorize everything. But I just keep in mind the key points which should be applied, because my job will pay me whatever I'm doing in the fingering, whatever I'm doing in my laptop, keyboards. That's my job. So for this reason, I will suggest please do the hands-on, 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 hands-on. Learn one time, use lifetime. Okay. So I am showing you how to learn one time these six pillars. I hope you will enjoy this one. And this is my YouTube. You can come here to watch the videos. And the AWS DevOps series I started, I think, from where lots of videos already uploaded. So this is started from here. 3-tier deployment with VPC Nginx load balancer, auto scaling. From here, then this one, everything is part of the AWS DevOps engineering. And this is the price in the USA, at least $25,000. I don't know how much in the India or other places. Still not finished, but I hope if you can get these guys in the hands-on everything, you can get job right now. Also, I made the playlist for job ready projects also. You can go there also. This is my GitHub. Also, I'm adding here DevOps 0 to Hero. I think I added some guys. Still, I could not add everything, but I'm keeping adding. And this is my LinkedIn. You can get touched with me here also. Okay, so let's see the today's topic here. AWS well architected framework, 6 pillars explained with a job-oriented project. The AWS well architected framework is a set of best practices and principles provided by AWS to help cloud architects design and operate secure, efficient, and resilient and cost-effective infrastructure in the cloud. The framework is divided into 6 pillars. Earlier it was 5 pillars, but last year or one more year ago it was 6 pillars. First, the operational excellence. Second, security. Third, reliability. Fourth, performance efficiency. Fifth, cost optimization. Sixth, sustainability. This is the newest one. So first is operational excellence. It focuses on supporting development and running workloads effectively, gaining insight into operations, and continually improving processes and procedures. Key practices here is automating changes. See here, changes, responding to events. So which should be changes? It changes upon the events, which events is occur. Events is not like that. The birthday event or marriage ceremony, not like that events. Okay, here DevOps events is something critical. Okay, what has happened. Uh, so what is happening in the AWS or your operation production like that backend, everything is the event, and defining standards for managing operations. Security emphasizes protecting data, systems, and assets, enabling risk assessments, and mitigating strategies. So here security is the basically risk assessment in your mind. Okay, not too much thinking. Risk assessment or risk mitigation. And key practices: identify identity and access management, IAM. When security coming, that means IAM is coming, because you have to identify the problem. Then data protection, oh my goodness, it's really huge thing. So data protection, incident response, and securing all layers of workload security. So when you are watching the incident or event is one kind of incident, same thing. So after watching the event or incident, you have to response, and securing all layers of workload, very much security. Then reliability, it ensures that workloads perform their intended function correctly and consistently with the ability to recover from failures. So you have to have the reliability. How? So when you are doing that consistently and correctly, right? Yeah, correctly, at the time of failure, or how to recover the failure, that is the reliability. So what kinds of failures? Maybe suddenly website is down, right? That is the failure. Just one event like that. Then what is your troubleshooting? That is the reliability. Key practices, foundational elements such as networking. So when reliability coming or security coming, networking must. Workload architecture to support scaling and failover. See, here's failover. And planning for recovery from failure. So when reliability coming, that means recovery coming. When recovery coming, that means failure coming, right? Why you will do recovery? Because the failure is happened. Okay, so this is the reliability. Performance efficiency. So here focuses on using resources efficiently, maintaining performance as demand changes, and leveraging advanced technologies when needed. Key practices. Here is selecting the right resource types and sizes. Man, so types and sizes, performance giving. EC2 type, always not T2 micro. Okay, so when you are working in the real time without Bastion, from a real time actually, without Bastion, I think 100% now T2 dot medium, T3 dot medium, or X large is coming. That means more than one vCPU, more than 4 GB byte is coming. So sizes, when the size is up, that means scale up, performance is good. You get the point? When performance cushion is coming, scale up is happened. Type and size, scale up, that means one EC2 should be up, and scale out, that is auto scaling, right? That is the one more EC2s adding. So when too much users, maybe normally 500, but at the spike maybe 2000, 5000, then you have to give first scale out, that means more EC2s. If earlier was 4 EC2s, 5 EC2s, then you have to give 15, 20 EC2s, that is the scale out. But for the normal time, maybe only 50 or 100 users, but the application is not downloaded quickly. It happens because of the size, correct size. You should have the type and sizes, EC2 size. Okay, this question may be coming in the interview, that your user trying to download the something application, but it was slow. Why the reason? The first reason, the size, EC2 size. Second reason, the latency. If the user is so far, maybe user at the India or Asia or Africa, but the database at northern Virginia in the USA. So here the long distance, right? So there the latency is the problem. So we have to use then content delivery network, CloudFront, CDN. So CloudFront should be applied there, and also the size. Then the question may be coming from the interviewer that no, user at the USA, and also your database at also Northern Virginia, but also this is slow downloading. Yes, then there is no latency for the long distance. The problem with size, then you have to change the EC2 size. That means scale up, not scale out. Okay guys, this is from my real life. I have used this term. Okay, so monitoring performance and making data driven decisions to adjust for efficiency, for performance. This is cost optimization. Cost optimization is very much important in the real life because account manager always speaking about cost optimization. So to see that T2.medium and T3.medium both are giving two virtual CPU. So which one should be used? That is important to the account manager because both guys not giving the same prices. From my finding, T3.medium giving the lower prices. So this is interesting for the admin. If you need the admin job also, that means AWS administrator, you have to know that also. It helps avoid unnecessary costs, maximize investment, and achieve business goals within budget. So account manager has always the budget problem, you know. So in the real time, account manager will say, we don't have bad budget like that to use too much bigger EC2. This happened. Then you have to find out which one is cheaper. Key practices: adopting a consumption-based model, managing expenditures, choosing cost-effective resources, and maximizing resource use. Sustainability, newest pillar, encourages environmental impact awareness of cloud workloads with a focus on minimizing energy uses. Key practices here, which one? Establishing goals, choosing energy efficient resources, and optimizing processes to reduce carbon footprint. See here, this is newest one. So it encourages environment impact, sustainability, awareness of cloud workload. So minimizing energy uses. That means it minimizes the energy uses to reduce the carbon footprint. So energy uses for carbon footprint, what kinds should be the example? One example I can give you, like to transfer data to the AWS data center, we use the large scale transfer vehicle sometimes. So without using those kinds of vehicle, that's saving the carbon, because when vehicle coming to your location, it actually polluting the environment also. This is one kind of carbon saving problem here. For sustainability, this is the newest pillar. To reduce this one, we are doing just using the direct line or like that in our goal, like that. This is some kinds of complicated, no need to be focused too much, just know that it's saving the environment and carbon footprint. Here is a sample project that leverages all 6 pillars of AWS Web Architected Framework. Project title is like that: e-commerce web application on AWS. So this is the project title. So here, project overview. This project involves building and deploying a scalable, secure, high-performance e-commerce web application on AWS. The project is designed with well-architected framework principles to ensure security, efficiency, and sustainability. The application consists of a front-end web interface, a back-end API, and MySQL database, all hosted on AWS. Okay, so here see project components here: front-end, back-end, database, storage, monitoring and analytics, CI/CD pipeline. So front-end React application hosted on AWS S3 with CloudFront for global content distribution. Backend Python Flask or Node.js API hosted on AWS Lambda with API gateway for request management. Database Amazon RDS MySQL instance with automated backups. See here, backup with backup, and multi-AZ for failover. When failover coming, then for specifically for database, multi-AZ backup is coming. So this is very much important for the database specifically. for high availability also. Storage, Amazon S3 for image and product the file storage with lifecycle rules for cost management. So lifecycle rules for cost management, also lifecycle rules for also high availability also, because if you delete any file, then it's not available, without deleting. If you transfer this one after 30 days in IA, infrequently access cycle, then it's good. After 6 months or 3 months, if you transfer this to the Glacier, then it's also cheaper, also available. So this is actually, this storage kinds also helping your high availability, also for the cost effectiveness, because when the your data or file in the Glacier, S3 Glacier, then it's saving the lots of money also. Then monitoring and analytics, Amazon CloudWatch, X-Ray, and CloudTrail for monitoring and tracing requests, CI/CD pipeline, code pipeline, and code build for automated deployment. Applying these 6 pillars of the architected framework, see here, operational excellence, automated deployments using code pipeline and code build. When the deployment coming, code pipeline and code build, deploy new versions of the application automatically with approval steps for production releases. Monitoring and logging, use CloudWatch logs and Lambda function, because Lambda function is saying, like a spy Lambda function, what is happening, then just saying, yeah, those guys is doing like that. Okay, this is happening like that. Then EC2 instances for also, and application logs. AWS X-Ray is implemented to trace request. X-Ray is tracing, right, what is happening in your body. So here is it's tracing which one, the request, who is doing the request. Then providing insight into performance bottlenecks. So X-Ray when coming specifically for bottlenecks, that means X-Ray not tracing like that only the something bad. It's basically tracing the bottlenecks, what kinds of too much request is coming or not. Then run books and playbooks, develop a set of playbooks for common tasks, restarting a service, adding new users, and run book for incident response, ensuring smooth operation. So these guys are for operational excellence. Then coming the security, IAM is coming first. Use IAM roles for Lambda, EC2, and RDS to ensure least privilege. When I'm coming, then roles and list. Okay, these two guys working in my head always. Roles, list, policy, then also the user, right? So user is just a human being thing like that. Here is your human being, maybe EC2 Lambda, the user. Okay, so here you should have the least privilege access. Implement multi-factor authentication, MFA, and user-specific access policies. Data protection. Enable encryption at rest for S3 bucket. SSE, server-side encryption. And RDS, use TLS for data in transit. When data is in transit means you requested something to be downloaded. So it's coming from Northern Virginia to India, maybe. It's a long way, right? In transit, this data should be secured. How? Using the TLS. When coming in the India, then it should be also secure, right? Then it should be at server SSE, server-side encryption. So that one should be at rest. At rest, that one. It's resting at the cache area in the India, any kinds of location like that for CloudFront. It's just secured. But after going inside your laptop, it's not secure. No need to be aware for the AWS to secure that. You have to secure your data in the laptop. Remember, Amazon just giving or selling to you the data. Then after having the data to your laptop, it's your responsibility. It looks like you bought something from the shop. Then after having in your house, you have to secure that item, right? Yes, so this is the data at rest and transit. It should be clear in the brain which one is TLS. And AWS KMS, Key Management Service, is used for encryption, key management. And network security, set up VPC with public and private subnets to control access to resources, and use security groups and NACAs, network access control list. This is subnet level, NACAs, and security group is in the instance level. Keep in mind, please. Security group has the rules for inbound, outbound, and here has the allow, deny. NACL has allow and deny. Which one should be allowed, which one should be denied, to enforce strict traffic control. So first of all, traffic going to VPC, right? So inside the VPC is going for subnet, that means NACL, which one should be allow or deny. Then it's going to security group or EC2, right? So when going to security group, there is the inbound and outbound rule. That's the easy thing, okay? Keep in mind from now, and don't try to memorize again, because this is the networking. If you think always, it's problem. Make one time, okay, please. Then reliability, multi-AZ for database. I said you earlier for RDS that multi-AZ, right? When multi-AZ coming, then availability coming, reliability coming, then storage coming, security coming also. Set up Amazon RDS with multi-AZ deployment to ensure automatic failover. Okay, if one AZ becomes unavailable or failed, then data should be accessible from another AZ. So normally 2 AZs not failed at a time. It never happened, I think, in the AWS. I think never happened. Then automated backup and restore. Use RDS automated backup and S3 versioning. When a backup is coming, not only multi-AZ, also versioning. If you have the S3 versioning enabled in the S3 bucket, then also it's happened. If anything is lost, you can go back to the earlier version. For critical data, enabling point in time, PIT recovery. This is called PIT, point in time recovery, and data retention. So versioning is how much important. You can't imagine versioning, S3 versioning bucket. In the real time, you can see how much important is versioning. Then scaling policies. Auto-scaling groups for EC2 instances handle traffic spikes. When a spike coming, then scaling coming, right? While Lambda scales automatically in response to API gateway request. So Lambda is watchdog, too much traffic, saying, watching the too much traffic outside, saying inside, hey RDS, hey EC2, you should scale out, man. Too much people are waiting outside for your database, for this website, okay? So this is the scaling policy. Then performance efficiency, load balancing and caching. AWS use Amazon CloudFront for cache static content for low latency, and Route 53 for DNS based load balancing across regions. So CloudFront is happened for why? That if database in the Northern Virginia and user in the India or Africa or Europe, then this is the long distance, right? For this reason, CloudFront is helping. It has the caching policy. So CloudFront just quickly taking the content for low latency in those areas. And Route 53 for which one is DNS based, domain name service has. So that Route 53 is helping that load balancing across regions. So not only the content delivery networking, also needed the DNS based load balancing also. So Route 53 and CloudFront, both guys are helping in this regard, load balancing and caching. Database optimization. RDS is configured for optimal performance, and queries are optimized based on slow query logs and Aurora MySQL read replicas for read heavy traffic. Aurora MySQL has a read replica for which one? For the heavy traffic. So database optimization is very much important also for on slow query logs. This is optimizing like that. Just memorize that read replica is used for heavy traffic in the Aurora MySQL. Then instance and resource optimization. Use instance types that fit workload demands and leverage EC2 spot instances for non-critical background tasks. So spot instances like nighttime basically is used for non-critical or non-important like that, non-immediate needed. Those guys are going there for the EC2 deployment like that. Cost optimization, on-demand versus reserved instances. Use reserved instances for predictable workloads. Reserved instance means RI. We say RI instances for predictable workloads, while leveraging spot instances for non-essential batch jobs. So spot instances for non-essential batch jobs and reserved instances RI for workload, predictable workload. So you can reserve your instances like that way, 3 months, 6 months, 1 year. So for your workload, you can know your most of the users maybe nighttime, night 12 like that, or maybe daytime 12. So your instances should be reserved like that. Then S3 storage class lifecycle policies. Set up lifecycle policies on S3 buckets to transition objects to infrequent access or archival storage as needed. I already said it, right? Then resource tagging. Tag resources to monitor and manage cost by team or feature, allowing insights into which resource drive cost and enabling budgeting. Just tagging. This is nothing so much explainable. This is easy, right? Then sustainability. Region selection. Choose an AWS region with lower carbon intensity. Lower carbon intensity for deployment, such as those using renewable energy. So which region has the lower carbon intensity for deployment? So see here, carbons, how much important here for lowering the carbon. So also AWS region selection is happening like that. So such as using the renewable energy, you using the electricity, right? So which region has like that policy? We are using also those regions. See, man, this is really awesome. Sustainability. This is actually sustainability for the earth, for the human being. This is, I think, this is innovation for the AWS management, I think. Efficient resource use auto scaling, serverless functions, and efficient database management practices to avoid over provisioning resources. So efficient resource use means auto scaling, serverless, and efficient database management practices. That means multi-AG like that, to avoid over provisioning resources. Then idle resource management. Set up Lambda function to monitor and shut down idle EC2 instances or unused resources to reduce energy consumption. Interesting. See here, Lambda function has, I made this kinds of video, I think, already content. Lambda function also monitoring and shutting down the idle or not used or unused EC2 or resources. This is not only saving the energy but also saving cost. This is cost effectiveness. If you keep in mind this one, just use 2 times. It's saving the cost. It's also doing the sustainability by reducing the energy consumption, because when your resource is working, energy, that means power, electricity is also used, right? That is also saved. Oh man, I like this 6th pillar. Okay, so diagram is like that. User Route 53 DNS, CloudFront CDN S3. So static website hosting for front end. This for front end. Then API request, API gateway, Lambda for serverless backend. So see here, the backend is coming, API request, then first, then gateway, then it's coming to Lambda. Then the database layer, RDS, MySQL in multi-AG for high availability. File storage, S3 with lifecycle management. Okay. For images and files, monitoring and logging, CloudWatch, CloudTrail, X-ray for tracing. So keep in mind it also, not only these 2 guys. I'm saying myself because sometimes I forgot the X-ray. Okay, don't mind please. CI/CD code pipeline and code build on automate deployments. So when deployment coming, pipeline and build is coming. Then project outcome, highly available and resilient e-commerce application capable of handling regional outage. cost efficient by using serverless technologies, spot instances, and automated cost monitoring. Secure and compliant environment with data encryption, access control, and logging. Environmentally friendly practices through automated resource scaling, energy efficient services, and efficient regional selection. This project aligns with all six pillars, serving as a model for an AWS well architected application that balances efficiency, reliability, cost, and environmental considerations. So, guys, please try to memorize these six pillars. And for me, I never can say these six pillars all together. From my memory, I can say maybe until four or five, never six. But I can implement. If you say to implement these six pillars, I can implement perfectly. I'm doing in my project also. Why? Because I have done lots of hands-on, lots, more than thousands hands-on. So what is needed, what is required for which pillar, I'm just applying. So in the real time, I'm applying the six pillars because of my hands-on. I am requesting you guys to do the hands-on again and again. No need to watch all my videos. You can watch also other guys' videos, but at the end, I want to see you got the job. Okay, I hope and I believe you'll get the job very soon. Okay, please inform me if you got the job watching my videos. Okay, thank you very much, guys. Have a good night. Bye.